Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. If you can hear me, please to let me know in the comment section. I'm still not trusting um, StreamYard yet because I've been having an issue with them. So I'm just going to wait for a few seconds so that others will join us. And if you can hear me, please do let me know in the comment section. All right.
Hey, it's that mama five, living life, feeling alive. From kids to culture, news to tea. Real talk, real life, come vibe with me. That mama five, she's got the vibe, yeah. Oh, 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 Yo, watching that Mama 5, where real stories meet real life.
Okay, hello everybody. How are you all doing? If you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section. I'm just trying to do sound check here. So, welcome everybody. How have you guys been? It's been a very busy weekend for me, and this weekend just flew by like that. Anyway, welcome everybody. It's that mom of five again, also known as That's Mom of Five, and wishing you all a beautiful week ahead. So you guys know why I'm here. I'm sure you guys know why I'm here. And the talk of Akpabio rejecting, yeah, well, not only Akpabio alone, Akpabio and the senators, how they allegedly manipulated the electoral reform. And we all know the shitty show they did in the last election. Okay, we all know what went down because I'm sure you and I can tell that Nigerians did not put Baba Kurubu where he is right now. I'm sure Nigerians did not vote him, and I'm sure out of the population in Nigeria, if you actually ask the people who actually voted, I'm sure a lot of them will tell you that you know what, that they did not vote for Baba Kurubu, but yes, our everything was hijacked. They just gave us who they think that um they just gave us who they think that yeah, it should be his turn because at the end of the day, when I hear people talk, we're like, oh, did Bala Blue? Did he tell you guys he was coming to do anything? He said that it was his turn. And yes, he is taking his turn. So I found a few videos up. I won't be talking a lot today. I'm just going to be sharing with you a lot of videos that has been happening. There's been a protest in Abuja today at the office, at their head office there. And I believe that protesting peacefully is what we can do as Nigerians because as it is, we don't trust our politicians. Me, I don't trust them. I don't trust police. When they should be fighting kidnappers, they don't have police, they don't have truck. But when it is to face Nigerians who are on the street protesting as as their rights to do so, that is when you see them with all the trucks. They will suddenly have petrol in their cars and all of that. So there are a few videos I've seen today of protests happening everywhere. And I just felt like this protest should be everywhere in Nigeria. It should not just be in Lagos alone. I mean, it should not just be in Abuja alone. Let's start with Randy Peters. Randy Peters, this guy, I follow him on Instagram and is very passionate about wanting the electoral process to be reformed. And what is it that he's asking for? He's asking that let people who go to vote, let the numbers be recorded live. Let it be recorded live. If they don't have the technology or they don't know the technology, if Big Brother Nigeria can be heard, if they can live stream BB Nigeria live for how many days, I'm sure doing so within the election is possible. They just need to figure out who or what software company will be able to do it and make use of the money that have been spent in that regard. But they're not willing to do the right thing by the people. And for the fact that Akpabio sat down And the way, you know what, I watched that video and I was just like, how much did they pay this man? How much have they actually paid him to do what he did? But then, like I said, guys, you guys know I don't like politics. I don't like talking about, but when I see things that I felt like everybody should stand up and do, I will speak about it. I will bring it to you guys awareness. That's what I'm pretty much doing here. Like I said, this guy on my screen has been very, very vocal about electoral reform. And let us start from where things changed, okay? Let's start from here.
President of particular concern, Godswill Akpabio, with his bunch of political bandits, don't take their mischief to the next level by refusing to pass mandatory use of electronic technology to transmit results for 2027. Shame on you, Senate President Akpabio, and shame on every member of the 10th National Assembly as on a sedan they watch this criminality and brazen attempt to rig election unfolding. Shame on you, members of the 10th Assembly, which is the most useless and unproductive assembly in the history of Parliament. Nigerians, this will not be time to talk because the meaning of waiting Akpabio and National Assembly don't do is they have given you the middle finger. They are telling you to do your worst. We want to rig election, do your worst. This is the meaning. There is no other definition. So it is up to Nigerians whether we want to talk, whether we just want the vex on social media, because anger is not a plan. Being dissatisfied with a policy is not a strategy. You must mobilize now to occupy National Assembly, insist that the right thing be done, and then mobilize towards 2027. Because I don't shout and since electoral reform. Some people say maybe it's not important. Some say maybe let us support Peter, support me for an issue of national importance.
Exactly.
Everything they have been doing, they do not want free and fair election. APC no say if there's free and fair election in Nigeria today, Tinubu will not only lose body loan for Ikoyi where they live, he will lose Lagos State Government House, he will lose Asu Rock. They know that they have no pathway to victory except through electoral malpractice and rigging. So refusing to pass this electronic transmission of results, it only empower one people, the politicians who don't defect there. You go here, they say they have 36 states, I mean 31 states inside. They do not have 31 states, they have 31 governors. If you refuse to pass mandatory electronic transmission of results, it make them easy because it empower INEC to use manual collation. And you know, saying that for collation center and I be the shrine of election rigging. So the governors and the strong men, all these people where they carry now, these fake prophets where go, they say they want sell mandate way upon which they shall collapse. Their own is to ensure they rewrite result the same way they do for Obiako, suppress the vote of the people and then and now, because as the day now, it is possible they don't already cook result, they don't write the numbers. They are only waiting for implementation. But they will only implement as far as Nigerians permit them to implement, because now buruku they do. The INEC law of 2022 was clear. They said section 60 subsection 5, the presiding officer will transmit results in a way and manner as prescribed by INEC. Did INEC prescribe a way? Yes, paragraph 38, 39 of INEC guidelines clearly talks about electronic transmission of results. But even when INEC go against their guidelines, the courts no hold INEC responsible. So waiting be the demand where we don't the demand since. Let what is on INEC guidelines be taken and put on electoral act and then amend relevant sections of constitution. Today, Akpabio is shamelessly telling Nigerians say they are misunderstanding them, that they only say they want to maintain what is in 2022. If you wanted to,
guys, I will play that video where Akpabio was like, they misunderstood him. How? It's like, are you telling us that nobody the way they transmit for na Senate House with ESO? You know what? It's crazy, guys.
Maintain what is in 2022. So what was the need for an amendment? What was the reason? Because una no say passing this electronic transmission of results, it don't reduce una method of rigging. Nobody said they no go still rig, because even if they pass them, that is why I've been calling on everybody, opposition, ADC, put eye on INEC and electoral reform for National Assembly, because that place is worse than a witchcraft coven. If they give with right hand, they take with left hand. Even if they pass the electronic transmission of results, it don't mean to make anybody go sleep. You must continue to monitor. They must create loopholes that they will use to rig. They don't have any plans for free and fair elections. They want to rig. They want to rig. Nigerians, if you allow this criminality to stand, we must ask ourselves, the power of the people and the criminals in power, who is greater? Waiting National Assembly and Akpabio, they tell una be saying, we have no plans for free and fair elections. We want to rig. We want to see what you can do. Exactly. Nigerians, you have to come out victims. exercise our right to free and peaceful assembly in the National Assembly, because this one don't come out for talk. Between now and 2027, we must mobilize leaders of opposition, ADC, all this while. Some of una just they move, everybody they do their own. Una don't see I'm clear, say these people are out on an assault on democracy. There is no plan for free and fair. Shame on you, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Shame on you, all members of the Senate Committee and House Committee on Electoral Reform. Senator Simon Lalong, Senator Honorable Bayo Balogun. Shebi we talk on that time when they run on a mouth like second-hand blender. They are going to pass it, they are going to pass it. So this is the plan. Shamelessly trying to rig an election because you know that you are non-popular. The people reject you, the gods reject you. Nigerians wake up and mobilize. When everybody they mount guard to ensure say your vote must count 2027 because they want to rig. They have no other plans but to rig. My name is Peter for Nigeria. Shame on you.
So you guys heard him. He's like, you know what? I wish everybody is as outspoken and as interested in Nigerian politics the way this guy is. Okay, he's telling us what we need to know. Most of us, we might not be reading book, like we might not be opening all the book of the laws, but this guy is telling us the things we need to know. Like for me now, I wouldn't even go and be reading any law book like that is telling me about Nigerian constitution, but this guy brings it back to back, like we should be following it. That was him there casting out the Nigerian, the Nigerian Senate to say that they did absolute nonsense. And like I said, I think I did a video where I did say that what Akpabio and senators have done is to actually make sure that the next election, they are not allowing Nigerians to have an input. They are actually going to implant that they're going to put Baba Kurubu again on the seats. Look at what his son, Sheyi, is doing now. All of the big Babalowos, all the Igbo Babalowos, no offense to the Igbos in the house, all the big Babalowos now in the Igbo land is putting them into something called City Lagos movement. The likes of Obi Kubana, the likes of Kubana Chief Priest, the likes of Nigerian Nollywood, Dino Lowo, the likes of who again did I see today? I saw a few other people again. They are now using the people that they think that, they have large following, people love them. The way they are going, they are trying to rig this election. Because I don't understand why all of that amount of money they spent on beavers the last time. And you guys saw all of the piece of paper they were using to record votes. You saw how they were using pen to cancel. On a normal day, if you write an exam and you use your pen to cancel, even the invigilator will tell you, even the marker will say, no, this is a shitty work, go do this job again. But that was what they tendered to us as Nigerians as the proof of the winning party. And I think it's high time Nigerians wake up. This is not going to cost them extra money to transmit this election, to transmit it live. Count it and let the numbers be recorded live. Why is it so difficult for Nigerian government to do? Why is it so difficult for them to do? So, enough is enough. This is the hashtag OCCUPYNASS, and where we're asking Nigerians, to meet up. And like I said, this OCCUPYNASS, the peaceful protest should happen in every city in Nigeria. It should not just be in Abuja alone, because not everybody will leave their permanent area to travel to Abuja. It should happen in Lagos. It should happen in all of the 36 states, if I'm not mistaken. It should happen in Nigeria, because at the end of the day, this thing is not just going to affect one person. It's just not going to affect one tribe. It's going to affect every other person, every night. As long as you're a Nigerian, either out of Nigeria or within Nigeria, it's going to affect you. And you will say, oh, but you are not in Nigeria. I'm not in Nigeria, but I've got loved ones, I've got families in Nigeria who are going to be going through all of this shitty-ass government, the things that they do. So there is this campaign here. It says enough is enough. The voices of the people must be heard. We demand accountability, transparency, and leadership that works for the people. Hashtag OCCUPYNASS. So there was a protest today, and there's a lot of videos everywhere. So the write-up says, Nigerians, are we ready to liberate ourselves? Our demand is simple. Mandatory electronic transmission of results. 2027, our vote must count. And dear Senator, so he's addressing Akpabio, you and your gang must do the right thing. Like, I don't even know how Akpabio is able to sit down comfortably to announce what he announced. So this is
shame.
Peter saying rejecting, obviously, this is not a mistake, it's a deliberate plan. Like I said, they want to make sure that the next election, nobody's reading anything. You guys will just be told that yes, Tinubu won again. Guys, listen to him.
On the entire members of the 10th National Assembly, every member from the Senate President to the Deputy to the Speaker should be thoroughly ashamed of themselves. It is unfortunate that in a democracy, Nigeria is being managed today by one of the most unproductive and dangerous assemblies of parliaments in the history of parliament. If Senator Akpabio is saying people are misunderstanding and that they are sticking to 2022 Electoral Act, so what was the need for an amendment?
Exactly.
The most important aspect of that bill was the mandatory use of electronic technology in the transmission of results, which, by the way, is an INEC own resolution. The outgone INEC chairman wrote the INEC position paper 21 on the use of electronic technology to reduce human interference, because the shrine of INEC or election rigging is in collation centers. And today, after 2 years of considerations, the Senate ended up. Why? Because it is clear that the current government is waging a war on democracy and the electoral process. And now everything is beginning to make sense and link up, because you can now see the reason for the defections.
So Peter had a lot to say there.
There are people who will tell you that
there's other videos I actually want you guys to watch. This was where they were doing this. Them in Abuja. That's the bill. That's the bill.
Nigeria people, you are the real distinguished Nigerians. These are honorable Nigerians. What do we want? Our vote must. Our vote must. Are you ready to march to the National Assembly? Akpabio. 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 Akpabio.
So you guys saw him there, it was they were all there.
And we want to save democracy. We must save democracy in Nigeria. Akpabio, let Nigeria go. Akpabio, let Nigeria go. Tinubu, let Nigeria go. My vote must count. Your vote must count. Your vote must count. Our vote must count. Every vote must count. Every vote must count. Every vote must count. And the vote must count. No rigging must count. No rigging must count. My vote must count. Your vote must count. Our vote must count. No rigging must count. No rigging must count.
Oriburuku, I like the way you use that word, Oriburuku. Oriburuku on shit. I do So that's part of their protest, and I think this is where Peter Obi came in.
It was about free and fair election. Do we have Democrats who are afraid of this election in Nigeria? Nigerians, if your votes do not count, we are not moving forward. 2027, our vote must. Our vote must. But the most important thing is whether they pass it or not. We must mobilize against 2027. Tomorrow, National Assembly will be convening and they will meet us here. Until the right thing is done. Thank you, our leaders who came to show solidarity with us, and we say, Anuta. It was about free and fair election. Do we have Democrats who are afraid of this election in Nigeria?
So you guys heard him there, and also guys, I also saved a couple of videos of obviously Akpabio and all of his shenanigans, what he's been saying, and the fact that other people were on the street as well. Let me share those videos with you guys. Where are those videos? There's a video I wanted you guys to watch. This is Deji Adeyoju, VDM's lawyer. So you guys can see them. These people are there at a party, and they have the logo of Baba Tinubu on their art, on their ashwebi. So apparently one of them tries to give one of the cap to Deji Adeyoju. You need to see how he moved their hands away, say, you and who is wearing Balablu's art? Watch it. Guys, I'm going to reduce your audio because I don't want YouTube to copyright this video. Let me play my audio in the background. So they are trying to give him Balablu's art to wear. He said no. Look at him. That's the art they are trying to give him. See how he pushed them away. Say, Emma Batemije, who are you and who? So there's also videos of more protests. People are on the streets protesting. That's guys, please like this live stream for me, please. People out there on the streets. So this is from Barrister Street. Barristers, you guys know I always talk about Barrister Street a lot. You know, people are on the streets. People on the streets. That's Aisha Yusufu and Daobi. No to reading. I don't know why everywhere in Lagos is not already where they are not on the street yet. Because all this Awatomo Roma law, all of them they won't live up to the new Nigeria. So there's a lot of videos there. I just want to tell you guys, I know we need to stand up for Nigeria, because I was having a conversation with some of the girls in our WhatsApp group there where we're discussing about how I said to them that I don't believe that Nigeria is going to get better, and one of the ladies were like, "Oh, Nigeria will still get better." I was like, "When is Nigeria going to get better?" Because at the end of the day, the citizens are saying this is what you need to do to let us know that you're actually for the people. Because I think Nigerian government is the only country I've seen where the government do not listen to its people. The government do not listen to its people. Instead, they want their people to listen to them. It's not possible. You are meant to be working for the people, not the other way around. But only Nigeria. Now, citizens, they work for the government. And it's so sad.
We have suffered the danger. That's what we have suffered before. We don't want any glitch again. Yes, glitch is finished. We want things to come back to glitch. Yes. No more glitch. No more glitch.
People are on the street saying enough is enough, that they've had enough. And then there's let me share my screen on X with you guys. Apparently, a video has been going around on how what Akpabio did, or how he was able to coerce the people in the Senate House to obviously say something else. So let me share with you. I've not watched the entire. I've not listened to it, but I've not listened to all of it. But let's listen.
And we turned around and said, no. What the hell went on here?
It says part 2. I'm not looking for part 2. I wanted to watch it from part 1. Why is it saying part 2? Let's see if Hosseini Rufai has both parts. Video of how okay, let's watch let's listen to what's his name. Let's listen to what our fine boy.
I don't know, and I don't know when we're gonna wake up. I don't know. I really don't know. The other day, nearly 200 people were killed in Kwara. President just came, released statement, normal statement. Oh, I'm saddened by the bro. Who has been arrested? Who has been prosecuted for this? Exactly. Nobody. Nothing. Just carry on. No, I've sent. You are always sending people. What are they doing? Nothing. They're killing scores and scores of people every day. But today, people will go to church. Your religious leader, Daddy Gio, Papa, he will tell you to sit down there and pray that God will come and save you. They've started campaigning for the next elections.
Exactly.
Quote unquote, relax. Tinubu is fixing Nigeria. What is he fixing? Who is fixing Nigeria? He is okay. They've announced coordinator for the East, for the West, for the South. Now these guys will still go to these same churches, and your Papa, your Daddy Joe will allow them on the pulpit to campaign to you, and will convince you that you should vote for this same evil. And you too, in the same cycle, in the same pattern that they've used it for years. You too, you will follow suit and you will vote. Papa did not tell you that currently the Senate is refusing to adopt a resolution amending the Electoral Act to allow for real-time transmission of election results, because they know it will not allow them to be able to rig. Papa will not tell you that one. Papa will just tell you to sit down there and wait and pray for spiritual solution. No problem. Now let's be waiting.
Papa is fixing it. Anyway, like I said, I'm trying to find that video where they were discussing what really happened. Let me see if this guy shared both. I thought I saved both earlier on. So apparently it was a conversation that went down. Hold on, I think this is it.
What happened? There was a lot of what happened. There was a lot of movement, a lot of noise and all that. And we never knew what.
So they said, so Akpabio really forged the electoral law. What's really happening in this country? So that's the thing there. Listen.
Just transpired. And we turned around and said, no, what the hell went on here? In fact, it was Senator Victor Ume who called my attention. I said, what we have in the paper before us, which we're supposed to have just gone through, was not what was passed, so that it was transfer. Then I walked to the Senate president and asked him, what exactly did we pass now? He told me himself, oh no, it was transmission. It's not a problem. Everything is fine. And I believed him. I came back. And then everybody was saying, no, this is what went on and all that. So we now said, okay, what do we do now? Under our rules, once the gavel is hit, you can only come back to that particular issue by a written motion. So it's like tying your hands. You can't move anymore. It's called a motion on rescission. And so what we now said, okay, fine. And he continued saying, don't worry, it was transmission. After all, he has been there in the rules before. But we said, no, the issue is not whether he has been there in the rules before. It was there. But it was there as an internal matter and a guideline of the INEC. And the Supreme Court ruled that the fact that it's a guideline of INEC does not make it law. That's why everybody wanted to be put in the law. So, where do we stand today? We stand with the fact that we thought that what we had passed was transmission. And they now say, oh no, what was passed is transfer. I say, okay, fine. Let us see the votes and proceedings. Usually, when you finish all your work in the Senate and do everything, the votes and proceedings which follow on the next legislative day, you have to pass it. And the question is it a true reflection of what we have done? So we intend, and in our press conference, we said it very clearly, we want to see the votes and proceedings and know exactly what they have put there as what we passed. If what they have put there as what we passed is transfer according to the 2022 Act, then it means that we will have to activate the next step of our resistance. Because the problem is very simple. If we don't stop this, if we don't make the transmission of results in the law, they're still going to do exactly what they do in 2023. Write results, call it, and tell you to go to court. When you now get to court, the court will now tell you that it's not in the law. That's it.
Thank you very much, distinguished.
So that's that there. How they try to turn everything. But hey ho, you know what, guys? It's fixing Nigeria. I don't know how Nigeria is going to be fixed. Anyway, I saw some videos here, obviously discussing about the discussion that they had in House of Assembly, how Akpabio decided to turn everything. But people I saw not quite long after the news broke that they rejected the live streaming and the live of releasing of the votes. Senator Natasha Akpotudwanga and another senator said that they voted that the electoral process should be live, but they apparently are not part of what Akpabio and his other gangs did. So let's listen to this guy as well.
A very distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is the president of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Godswin Akpabio. My friend and brother, the executive governor of Akwa Ibom State, the author of the book, and his dear wife, that there should be electronic transmission. Let INEC decide whether they can do or they cannot do it.
Exactly.
Don't speak for INEC. Just speak for the National Assembly.
Exactly.
And what the public wants is let there be electronic transmission.
Exactly.
Now, if INEC cannot do it, it is in their own problem. That's their own problem. Not for you to speak for INEC. It's as simple as that. But that's just a by the way issue. It's not a serious issue, which we have raised. It's a by the way, it's a tangential issue to.
So you guys heard that.
Your Excellency,
You say you should not speak for us. So let INEC tell us what they want to do. And then I saw a video of Remi Tinubu. So this post said they put more effort in covering up the insecurity in Nigeria and looking good to international communities rather than keeping Nigeria safe. This set of terrorists in power will do anything to gaslight anyone that Nigeria is safe. They would rather prefer to look good outside than watch every Nigerian. Apparently, Madam Tinubu was on she was meant to appear on a TV show for Fox Television, and she was like, "Oh, the Nigerian people, the American people, they acknowledged her." Meanwhile, they are giving her water. They are giving her water. Let me see if I can find that video. But listen to Peter Obi, and let me go find that video where. Let me go and find that video where they called out Remi Tinubu saying she's a bloody liar. Nobody welcomed her.
To go through the normal process, whoever wins will accept. So why are you bringing us of confusion?
I want to ask you a question. Last week they protested, and last night the Senate issued a statement saying that they are going to have an emergency plenary sitting tomorrow. Doesn't that make a difference?
That's what we are trying to make sure they make that difference.
So are you coming here tomorrow to protest?
No. When they sit tomorrow, after they are sitting tomorrow.
But the political parties are lagging behind. It's as if it's the Nigerian situation that is working. They are working towards this action.
We are working. We are doing that. That's what it's good you are seeing me today now.
It's the first time for everything. Let us get on that side with you.
Yeah, we'll stay with you. Let's continue to have a sight and sound of the protest at
the Nigeria logo view. So that's that there, and there was another video I found. I think what we are doing right now, this is a video where Mama Tinubu said that President Trump acknowledged her, and I'm sure I've seen another video where they say that Trump did not acknowledge her. So this post said, President Trump acknowledged me. Who would have thought that? Receiving global recognition, our exchange rates are stabilizing, the country is making progress, and we are working to address insecurity. For how long are you going to work to sort into insecurity? Let's listen to her.
Who would have, you said President Trump recognized me. Who would have thought that would happen, to even say the least? So when you look at that, I'm getting global recognition in all of it, despite, and that is what life is all about. If something is going to be good, it will come from the rebels, and it starts like that. And then we have that attention, we have the conversation going, and we expect, there will be more, it's going to yield a better fruit for us, and both for us and also America.
President Trump had words of praise for you this morning, but there are still some U.S. lawmakers that believe that there is as they call it, Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, and they've been critical of the government for not doing enough. What do you say to that argument? What do you tell them?
We've been able to educate them more about the situation on ground. We live in Nigeria. We know that, this is a democracy, and we are getting close to re-election, and there will be a lot of potholes of the beliefs they want the outside world to know. And we can see that with this government, we just out of a lot of economic crisis that we inherited, because this is the first time the government of Nigeria will remove fuel subsidy. We were producing oil, but we were not refining them. So now Nigeria, we have refined products, and we're not importing fuel like before. So our exchange rates are stabilizing. The country is moving forward. We're trying to make sure that insecurity we can tackle. And the president has even changed the service chiefs. They've replaced them with new ones. So we're looking at reforms. In November, because of what is going on and the world concern about Nigerian Christians, the government, my husband declared a state of emergency on the 26th November, 2026, and on insecurity. And by that, what did he do? He had to ask the police inspector general to recruit additional 50,000 police officers. And then the soldiers, 24,000 officers, so that they can help in, to secure insecurity. And not only that, there are 10,000 forest guards that were not carrying arms before. It said they should be armed so that they can secure the forest where all those terrorist groups, take hiding, and so that, and also the bandits and people that are, killing for ransom or asking people, kidnapping for ransom rather. So those are the target. And also not only that, 11,566 police officers that were under VIP assignments have been recalled, so that, and they've been sent to all the hotspot areas in Nigeria, like Plateau State, Benue State, Taraba, and also other communities that they felt that they needed. So, and that's what, has been happening. So we hear what the world is saying. We are concerned about our people's safety. Nigeria is a country that, encourages freedom of religion, and which is entrenched in our constitution. And we're trying to make sure that even investors, when they come to Nigeria, because our, economic growth is rising steadily, and then we want to make sure that, we can do that. And there's so much work to be done. So we are not ready to blame past administration, because when Nigeria was in the boom age, we didn't really invest well. So, and this is what, we've inherited now. We have to see what to do, and we have to partner with other countries who mean well for Nigeria, and, and those who can help us, making sure that our insecurity situation is dealt with.
So you guys heard what she had to say there. All the things she said. Are you guys? I don't believe they said the truth about Nigeria. So she's claiming that they are doing all of these things, but we are not seeing record of it. We are not seeing any record of it. Why are they not sharing with us? Why is she not sharing with us what her husband is doing?
Did ask question? I said whether you know very dark man.
I beg, nobody we want to talk with that. Because
Yo, my name is C King. Let me tell you this in case you don't know. I will advise you, if you think network is the problem, money day, go and collaborate with Elon Musk. Make Elon Musk give you Starlink. Sure you get. Okay, if you can't look and say Elon Musk no be Nigeria, maybe he go cheat you. Go and meet those bandits where they operate for inside that bush. Which network they take they operate. So if bandits can operate with network and ask for ransom conveniently from any location they are inside this country. So the government, the National Assembly, or Mrs. Akpabio himself or herself does not have any right to be giving network as an excuse. This is 2026. We are not in 1952. You cannot be allocating billions for technology. Say, oh yeah, we want to make our vote count, oh, but where's now don't chop the money. This is 2026 and our vote must count. Everywhere million Nigerians, even if you are not a mini-where Nigeria, you know what make Nigeria better. One thing I want you to do is that just make sure your vote count, because I don't understand the fact that APC have all the governors, they have all the influencers, they have all the celebrities, they have everybody, they are not doing anything. And these same people that have the money and the resources, they are scared of free and fair election. What does that tell you? It means that they are doing it, they are orchestrating this criminality by themselves, on behalf of themselves, for their personal self alone. They are excluding us as Nigerians. And we are here to tell you that either you like it or not, our vote must count. The reason why everybody is there under this hot sun, that they don't care about the life, is because we want our vote to count. And that vote, it must count. No pass like that.
Well said. Well said. So you guys heard, I think we've already listened to this, how they broke everything down. So there's another video I want you guys to listen to. Remember that we just watched that news from the Arise TV news, where Mrs. Tinubu was saying that her husband has been sending people to so places in Nigeria, all where there's a crime. You can imagine how many people were killed in Kwara State. The following day, they started showcasing their representatives. Relax, Tinubu is fixing it. The City Boy movement, they started unveiling all of the people that they have put there. They have used contract to shoot them allegedly. They have used contract to shoot their mouth to say, oh, don't worry, we'll give you contracts. They are now showcasing them. How insensitive is our government? It's not even up to 24 hours or even up to 48 hours that they announced that some of those terrorists or some of those whoever they are went to Kwara State to fight innocent people. The government, the governor did not come out to say anything. The president did not come out to say anything. But he said you saw his son gallivanting, showcasing all of the rich people that Tinubu is only fixing family of selected people in Nigeria, but not Nigerians. So you heard that saying that oh, my husband has saying can you go to people, can you go to play why are we not seeing all of these works? It's just talk. Why are we not seeing? Now you start down on Arise TV News to tell us that your husband is doing this. Why they not put camera? Why are we not seeing videos of how your husband has been sending all these troops to all of these places? Why? The news of the people that were later they were quiet recently in Kwara State. Like I said that I saw guys, like I counted up to 20 bodies on the floor. And we did not see any news to say, oh, the Nigerian president is sad about this. But when it was Anthony Joshua, the old man, I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to call him names, but our government is so insensitive. Like I said, if you are not of another passport, if you don't carry another passport, they know they regard you. Anthony Joshua, may God rest the soul of his friends. Yes, he's a Nigerian, but he knows that Anthony Joshua carry weight for UK and all over the world. So when that incident happened, what did they do? Less than 24 hours, Kudubu is already on social media sending condolences messages. But people are dying in his country, the state in his country that is ruling. And we are yet to see anything or hear anything from the government saying, oh, we heard about the sad news that happened in Kwara State. We are investigating. They don't ever investigate. It's as if this government is used. They are used to hearing the news of people being fired needlessly and they won't do anything about it. So this news here says that apparently Baba Tinubu's wife was meant to go on a US news channel to go and say those things, but they refused her. Listen to this.
States, but especially in the Middle East, it's been there for a long time. That has gotten worse. Hamas is the quintessential example of that hatred for Jews and for Christians. And then you have a situation like in Nigeria, where more Christians have been killed there than anywhere else in the world. And you have a government in Nigeria that practices denial, a culture of denial. No, nothing to see here. They even hired DC. Big firm here in DC.
The First Lady was here. She was here this week, and in fact, they wanted to come on the program to talk about religious freedom. And I said,
"Are you here?" They thought say Baba Tinubu's wife want to come onto a big channel in the US to come and talk about you heard there, and they refused her. They said no, that the US news channel refused her their platform for her to come and talk trash.
I'm not going to give them. I'll meet with them. I'm happy to meet with anybody.
Same here.
But I'm not going to give them a platform to cover up what they're doing in Nigeria.
And that's just what it is, a massive cover up. I met with a big delegation that came in, and it went for almost 2 hours. And the Attorney General of Nigeria said that this Bishop Anabe, who I had at 2 of my hearings, you were there.
He testified right next to me.
Right next to you. A wonderful man. He said, he's a liar. And I said, whoa, stop that, and then they always do the thing, well, my wife's a Christian or I'm a Christian and my husband, it's like, don't tell me that. What is happening as churches are being firebombed, people are being killed in cold blood, abductions, which is very, very big there in Nigeria, of Christians especially, but others, but especially Christians. And there's this assault on faith. That has gotten worse. Obama did nothing. Boko Haram flourished his 8 years in office, and now
it was your persistent advocacy that actually eventually got them labeled as a terrorist organization.
For 3 years we tried, Tony, and I had hearings on it. We had people give very, very compelling testimony as to what Boko Haram was doing, and finally, on the day we were marking up my bill to tell the administration you have to declare them a FTO, foreign terrorist organization, that day, that hour, basically, they said, they're an FTO. Yeah. And it was like 3 years ago, we could have been working to find out where their sources of funding and weapons.
Before they kidnapped many of the girls.
That's right. The Chibok girls and many of the others were all. And that continues to this day.
Let me ask you about that, Congressman Smith, because as you say that it's gotten worse, you've got these dictators and tyrants in different parts of the world. My experience when I was chairing the USERF Commission, going to different countries, is that many of these bad actors have seen what's happened in America over the last 2 decades, where we have gone from one administration that actually, like we have right now, that protects religious freedom, to one that doesn't care about religious freedom and promotes abortion and LGBTQ. And so they just want to wait out. So we're not having that persistent, consistent presence of influence on the world.
Well, that's a very keen observation, because I have found that you even hear that from some of the diplomats when you talk to them. Oh, he'll be gone. Trump will be gone in 2 years. And then what potentially could come in a very, very liberal Democrat like the governor of California, who couldn't care less about religious freedom. You know, I remember I had hearings.
Well, it's the Democratic Party doesn't care about it.
There are many. There are
it's very clear.
Most of them don't.
It's very, right. But when you come to their priorities and their platform,
it's not there.
You don't see it there.
Right. And, you know, we saw it with Barack Obama. I would continually say, okay, the International Religious Freedom Act, authored brilliantly by Frank Wolf.
So you guys heard that Madam Tinubu wanted to go and use a channel on US. They denied her, the chance to do so. Anyway, guys, there are other videos I want us to watch. I'm just going to put that video there for you guys to watch. I really don't want to comment. It's just sad the rate at which Nigeria is deteriorating right now. And, it's just crazy that Nigerian government do not think that they will weigh Nigerians the chance to see that the election is working. And again, this issue of tax, I've been meaning to talk about this issue of tax that you've now collecting now. Like, you know what? All of this money that they are borrowing, like, how have they been spending the money? Because we say they pay one basic finish and then they've taken on that basic. Now, it just doesn't make sense to me. They keep borrowing money. Like, if I thought I don't tire, I'm lying. Felicia said that moment 5, any silence in the face of iniquity, atrocity, and impunity shows that the government is accomplice. And exactly that's why I said that, they have so grown used to all the sad, bad news happening in Nigeria that they don't even bother coming to address anything. Look at exactly what happened in what are there. It's the government, like how many hours before they even come out to come and say, oh, we see this. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, man. Honestly, I don't know again. Both Akpabio Rock and Green Chambers or Red Chambers are hot. All of them are liars. Me too. I stand on electronic transmission. I stand on it, and it should be like if they can spend all of that money, and all that money they spend nonsense to the beavers or whatever. This time around, we are not asking for divas. Just give us what they've asked for. If you know work, then you guys they can come back and say, okay, should be Nigerians demanded for it. Okay, this is what it is. But for the fact that they rejected it, it just goes to show that for my own opinion, Tinubu being the president right now, Nigerians did not vote him in. And him coming back the second time, that is Akpabio who has just made it clear that whether I like it or not, this man is coming back. But then, let's be watching them. Anyway, I'm going to share my screen again with you. A few videos that I saved up on Instagram that I'm going to play to you guys. And then I'll just allow you guys to watch it, and then I'll round up this live stream, okay? Let me go to where I saved those videos actually. Because to come to Nigeria even tire me. Every time I say I'm coming to Nigeria, people are like, don't come to Nigeria. Don't come to Nigeria. Nigeria is not, it's not where you want to come to. But at the end of the day, I originate from Nigeria. I should be able to come home without feeling otherwise. But the way Nigeria is, even myself, Let me share my screen with you. There are a few videos I want you guys to just watch, and yes, let us have a rethink. So this is the video where after the bill came out that Akpabio rejected the live transmission. This was a press conference that was obviously they gave a press conference to explain what really happened. So the write-up here said Nigerian senators have said that the press conference that the Electoral Reform Bill passed by the Senate President was not the version approved. You can imagine, so it was not what they approved in the Senate. So, but let's listen.
We felt, those of us who are still around, that it would be necessary to make a clarification of what happened yesterday, to put the records straight. Yesterday, the Senate did not, I repeat, records straight. Yesterday, the Senate did not, I repeat, did not pass transfer of results, which was in the 2022 Act. What we passed, and which the Senate President himself, when he was doing a clarification sitting on his chair, is transmission of results. And I need to make this very clear. Every one of us who is a senator, who has the privilege to represent a senatorial district, came here under the trust of their senatorial zone. And the reason for us to go into a closed session was so that we can tidy up all the niggling things inside there. And when we now come back to plenary to pass it, that we will pass it without any rancor. I can assure you, on my honor and the honor of all of us who are standing here, that both the Electoral Committee of the Senate, then the Ad hoc Committee of the Senate, and also in the executive session that we had, that we all agreed on section 63, which is electronic transmission of votes, or electronic transmission of results. Transmit, not transfer. What is in 2022 is transfer. And we don't want a law that is vague. We don't want a law that will be misinterpreted by anybody. We want a law that is clear, concise, and can be interpreted by all, and that is unambiguous. So it is electronic transmission of results. Yes, thank you. I think we can end it here because we've done what.
So you guys heard that.
A message to the Nigerians.
And then this guy, apparently, I saw a video of him last week, obviously bashing Nigeria, and lots of Nigerians came for him. So this is him. I can't really find that video now, but this is him saying that, you know what, like, why are you attacking him for labeling Nigeria as a failed country? Is Nigeria not a failed country? Is Nigeria not a failed country? Let me know what your thoughts and opinion are in the comment section. Listen to him.
Nigerians, rather than listening to me and focusing on fixing your own country, instead you did exactly what everyone expected, and you attacked me in the comments, and you've gotten me more views than ever before. More people have realized that your country is failed, and hundreds of people are being killed every single day than before you even watched my video. If you had listened to me and you had listened to what everyone else was saying, that your country is failing, and instead you need to focus on fixing your country, we wouldn't be in the position we are in right now. Trending on Twitter, #1 is that Nigeria is a failed country. 15,000 posts about hundreds of people being killed a day in Nigeria. There is a reason for this. It is not because of people being sick of what's happening in Nigeria. It's because of people in Nigeria defending what's happening in Nigeria. For you to sit here and pretend, Nigerians, that your country is this utopia and this brilliant place full of engineering minds like you're trying to portray it as, you are an idiot. Nigeria truly is one of the most failed countries on the planet, where there are dead bodies on the side of the street and hundreds of people are being killed a day. And if you didn't spend the whole time attacking me in the comments of my videos about it, and you instead focused on fixing your country, not only would 1, less people know about it, but 2, you would actually have a good country for people not to make videos on attacking what's happening in there. Take a look in the mirror and realize the problem lies within. Exactly. I am not the problem pointing out that your country is a failed state. And to everyone else that supports, thank you very much. Trending on Twitter is absolutely incredible, especially #1 trending.
That's true. Well said. So apparently this was Baba Tinubu attending a wedding 24 hours after almost 100 and something people were killed in Kwara State. You can still say this Baba, he don't care about Nigerians at all. He does not care. So in a state in his country, over 100 and something people were pied, and this Baba Day Abuja go attend wedding, which is more important. That just goes to show that this current government that we have, they don't care about Nigerians, and is the high time we all stand up and stop all this. Now only Igbo people goes over. Now only Yoruba. Let's stop being tribalistic and face this government, because at the end of the day, this thing that this government is doing, now everybody go affect. It's just that it's only the poor ones that are going to suffer the most. The rich ones, yeah, if the sufferness want to plenty for them, they go run, come on for Nigeria, they go run. But those of you who have no access to do so, you will all be in Nigeria and struggling. I mean, dealing with all of the shenanigans happening in Nigeria right now. Like I said, almost 100 and something people were quiet in Kwara State, and this president, you called your president, this man we call our president, went to a party, a wedding ceremony. Watch him.
So this is where we bury the mass bed that we did because of resources. So here we bury 50.
Can you
hear? The other
50?
one 27.
And then 27.
So the other graveyard, the one Christian they're using here, there's other one in the down there. There are two.
When I saw motorbike en masse coming, three people on army uniform, all of them with rifle, AK-47. They are passing. I was like, are these soldiers? Not until when I saw one with this wrapper that was wrapped on their head, I have to run and hide myself. In fact, they started chasing people, catching people, tied them by their back like this, putting them like some of layers. In fact, before 30 minutes.
I saw that video where obviously they tied people, just the way you described it, they tied people's hand behind their back and laid them face down on the floor. That was how they were tied.
We just have pa. They're shooting them on their heads. My son is abducted. My friend has been killed. And my family, about 12 were killed. 12 were killed in my family. So all in all, what we buried now from yesterday to today, we buried about 178 now.
And you guys hear 178. And this Baba told you, this Baba that is a worker, is attending less than 24 hours. 178 people were killed in Kwara State. And the president of Nigeria, less than 24 hours, is attending a wedding. I'll leave you to decide that. So apparently, this man here is saying that we misheard him or something. Look, this is what they presented to you. Look at how they were changing. Look at how they were robbing. This is what they want to present for us in 2027 again. This is what they want us. This is what they want to repeat again in 2027. Look at it. Robbing. Forgery in daylight. That's what they want to bring back. Look at this. Even if you carry this, if you fill a form, if you fill an application form and your application form looks like this, I'm sure the person will tell you, no, go and take another form and refill it again. This is what they want to repeat itself again in 2027. Like, who do us while you like this? Who do Nigeria like this? So, Baba Tinubu's wife said that most Nigerian leaders are highly respected abroad. That's what she says. How are they respected abroad? She said most of our leaders are highly respected and honored abroad, yet many Nigerians fail to value what they have because value what? Value tipping senators, tipping politicians allegedly? Value them? She continued, because of the hatred and the narratives planted in them, and nothing is planted in anybody's mind. We see what is happening. Nothing is planted in anybody's mind. Nothing is planted in anybody's mind. We see what all the politicians are doing. An example of that is what Akpabio just did how many days ago. Example of that is not allowing Nigerians their freedom of expression. We can't go out to protest. That time now go not say yet Nigeria has army and truck. You bring all of your soldiers out there when you're supposed to give us a chance to express how we feel about the government. Now then you go carry all of our soldiers come. Nothing is implanted in anybody's mind. We see what is happening. We see what this current governor is doing in Nigeria. She continued, they bully these leaders, speak ill of them, demean them, curse them, and so you are now bothered about what is being said online. It never starts. And even seize upon their mistakes to drag them across social media, ridiculing and mocking them publicly. Nigeria is built on love. How? Unity. How? Collective effort towards shared. How? In fact, I don't even want to read this thing anymore. So that was that US media journalist saying that I blocked Remi Tinubu from using my platform to cover up things happening in Nigeria. US broadcaster said, we already watched that video earlier on, where he told us that, you know, she was trying to come to explain what's been happening, but he told her no
institutions.
So Baba Akpabio said that he's not happy because apparently people are saying that their Senate was the worst. It's the worst. Let's listen to their complaint. So the worst of social media, the worst of media is listening to them. If you are getting worried about the worst of media, you all start listening to the people you're supposed to be governing.
Democracy breathes through such interrogation. But I don't think citizens are free to abuse the legislature. I give you an example.
So abuse is now the abuse they bother them now. The abuse is bothering you. The abuse is bothering you. You know, when I listen to this, it just boils down to the fact that they know they are not doing right by the people, and because they are in power, they have the right and the chance to abuse their power, to misuse their power, and that is what they are doing. They know what they are doing is wrong. They want to suppress the voice of Nigerians. Meanwhile, as now they try to suppress our voice, you know, they forget say Oyibo they enter Nigeria anyhow. There are expatriates who come into Nigeria, who travel to all different states in Nigeria. They see these things without even Nigerians speaking to them about anything. When that incident of Anthony Joshua and his friends happened, there was an Oyibo man who came out to talk about Ogun State, Shagamu. He spoke about Shagamu like a proper Shagamu person that lived in Shagamu. How? Because he's been there, he worked there, and he knows what Shagamu looks like. If what he wrote was written by a Nigerian living in Nigeria, they will say it's a lie. But an Oyibo who actually went to Shagamu, lived there, was able to explain how poverty, how lack of healthcare, how everything is in shambles. That one, Nigerian government did not come out to come and say, that's a lie, because now Oyibo right time. If a Nigerian who is living in Nigeria wrote that, they would definitely be coming out to say, oh, that was a bullshit. That's not true. But let's listen.
There is a man who heads one NGO, or a CSO. He was on television the other day. He was abusing the current Nigerian Senate that he makes money from. And he said that the Senate is the worst since the world was founded. And he's judging us by something that is incoherent. Electoral Act amendment that is incompleted. We have not completed it, but they are already on television. You see all sort of panels because they don't understand lawmaking. They don't even know that even the one in the Senate is not completed until we look at the votes and proceedings. So when we bring out the votes and proceedings, any senator has a right to rise up and say on clause 3, this was what we agreed upon. And if those who are recording through the verbatim recorder disagree or agree, we amend it before we approve the votes and proceedings. That is the only time you can now talk about what the Senate has done or what the Senate has not done. But already people are on television abusing the Senate, talking about the Senate, even when what we did.
All of this one that I say is Shalaye. You guys know how all the tax laws, how it was alleged that there was a lot of mago in the tax laws. All eyes are now on them. On a normal day, they wouldn't have come out to say anything. And his other colleagues have already come out to say, come, it was a different thing that they agreed on. And they need to come and clarify. So now instead of you to tell us that, oh, okay, make Nigerians understand. But yeah, he's saying that they're abusing. So now the abuse being a problem now. It is the abuse that is bothering him.
Has not yet been approved by the same Senate. It's incomplete. Your Excellency, see, how you are better than us. Once you decide, nobody will question and they will understand. But in our own case, we have so many processes, you know, from moving the motion, from bringing it up, going to passing through second reading, and then going to public hearing, coming back to this, and even in votes and proceedings that are yet to be approved, people are already concluding.
We don't trust.
I can't talk because I only hold the gavel, and I drop when they tell me to drop. When they say aye, if they say nay, I will not drop the gavel. Am I right or wrong? But I can still drop you and shout that the nays have it. But in this case, we are yet to complete the process. So why are people setting up panels in all television studios and then abusing, and then people have become mouth
because we
legislators? Go and contest election. If you want to talk about lawmaking, and go and join them and make the law. People have never even done like Senator Bob did over a century ago. None of them has even been elected councillor yet, but they are on television abusing senators, abusing members of the legislature. But I leave them to God. We will not be intimidated. We will do what is right for this country. And our expression, our lawmaking will reflect the feelings of the generality of Nigerians, not that of one NGO or somebody who gets money from European Union to carry senators to Lagos and then go and then ask them for account and then hand over a paper and say, go and pass. That is not lawmaking. Retreats are not lawmaking. Retreats are part of consultations. The thing is, am I right or wrong? So why do you think that paper you
shall forever? Anyway, I think that's pretty much all the videos I wanted to share with you guys. I'm just going to conclude with these last two videos of people protesting in Abuja, and then I'll call it a day, guys.
If you want to answer His Excellency, if you want to answer distinguished, if you want to answer honorable, the process through which you come into office must be honorable, it must be distinguished, and it must be excellent. And that process starts by, first, your qualification, which is stipulated in the law. You must show the primary school you went to, the secondary school, the university. That's where it starts. So you're qualified to even contest that election. You go through all the processes of campaigning to where we're going to have normal campaign, debates, everything, because you're offering yourself to the people. And finally, on that election day, the result must be transmitted from the polling booth to the IRF, where the collation, where everybody will be seeing it. That's in real time. That's what happened in South Africa.
Exactly.
That was happened in Ghana. That's what happened on other African countries. The giant of Africa should be giant now, not giant in doing the wrong thing. If you want to answer His Excellency, if you want to answer distinguished, if you want to answer honorable, the process through which you come into office must be honorable, it must be distinguished, and it must be excellent. And that process starts by, first, your qualification, which is stipulated in the law. You must show the primary school you went to, the secondary school, the university. That's where it starts. So you're qualified to even contest that election. You go through all the processes of campaigning to where we're going to have normal campaign, debates, everything, because you're offering yourself to the people. And finally, on that election day, the result must be transmitted from the polling booth.
Exactly. You guys already heard that. So let's move on to the next one. Guys, I'm rounding up.
would rather be. Yes. Yes. Everybody should reconvene. So if he came out to say that, why is he calling for an emergency meeting? Why is there an emergency plenary for tomorrow? And then one of the senators, I can't place if it is Dixon, that said he confronted the Senate president and asked him, what did we just approve? Is it transfer or transmit? And the Senate president, according to him, lied that it was transmit. Abaribe, that it was transmit. Why are you changing the terms? Why are you acting like a criminal? Akpabio is acting like a criminal. I don't want to call him a criminal. If I was not a good Christian, I would have called him a criminal. It needs to stop now. Lives are at stake. Poor healthcare, insecurity, hunger, starvation. And you will not let us vote? 2027, I'm an advocate for Rig and Die. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. My name is Peter Aka, Peter for Nigeria.
Tell us your grievances.
My grievances. Yes. Sir, in certain African countries, there was military coup. Nobody died. In Nigeria, during democratic elections, people died in trying to choose leader. Mahmoud Yakubu received 300 billion to do electronic technology. And on the day of election, after that, they said there was a glitch. After the glitch, they said go to court. Today, Mahmoud Yakubu has been nominated and confirmed to be an ambassador. This level of brazen reward for corruption and criminality is what we have resisted. What Akpabio is doing in the 10th Senate is immoral. Nigerians' vote must count for Nigeria to move forward, because that coalition center is the shrine of INEC election rigging. Shebi Tinubu is the master strategist. They are making bold and giant strides. Who they fear free and fair election? One man, one vote. And if the National Assembly, anybody, politician, who come out to say there is no electronic technology to do elections, the person is a thief. If Nigerian government knows that they do not have enough technology to power elections, they should go and collaborate with terrorists and kidnappers. They should inquire from kidnappers how they are collecting ransom, how they are calling their clients to collect bills. If they know that in 2026 there is no technology, it is available. Our vote will count. And the people are saying this kind of irresponsible leadership by 2027, it must end. Our vote must. Our vote must. Akpabio, you must pass the bill. Simple.
And we want to save democracy. We must save democracy in Nigeria. Akpabio let Nigeria go. Akpabio let Nigeria go. Tinubu let Nigeria go. Your vote must count. Our vote must count. Our vote must count. Every vote must count. Every vote must count. Every vote must count. And the vote must count. No rigging must count. No rigging must count. My vote must count. Your vote must count. Our vote must count. No rigging must count. No rigging must count.
We are citizens, we are not.
Now, correct only Buruku that they do. Anyway, this is the last video I'm going to play for you guys, and then I will round up. So, guys, please like, share, leave your thoughts and opinion as always in the comment section. I'm going to allow this video play, and then I shall end the live stream. And thanks so much to those of you who are watching. I really appreciate your presence here. Me, I say I'm tired of Nigeria, but the Nigeria in me will not make me be tired. But let's watch, okay?
Slaves. We are citizens. We are not slaves. And we're here today making demands, Nigerians, from all walks of life. And we're saying that indeed we want electronic transmission of results. And I'm speaking today, and I'm saying we do not want situation where senators are coming out and making press conferences. Neither do we want situation where they are coming out and doing media rounds or Twitter spaces. And here, I'm saying to you, they have the constitutional power and authority to indeed ensure that there's real-time electronic transmission of results. That is all Nigerians are asking for. We are citizens, we are not slaves. We are citizens, we are not slaves. And we're here today making demands, Nigerians, from all walks of life. And we're saying that indeed we want electronic transmission of results. And I'm speaking today, and I'm senators are coming out and making press conferences. Neither do we want situation where they are coming out and doing media rounds or Twitter spaces. And here, I'm saying to you, they have the constitutional power and authority to indeed ensure that there's real-time electronic transmission of results. That is all Nigerians are asking for.
Exactly.
We are citizens, we are not slaves. We are.
Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I've brought to you guys today. That people are Nigerians are on the streets, they are campaigning, protesting, which happens to be peaceful. So far, it went well. And you guys heard from Peter there that they're going to be back again tomorrow. And I know people have, I've received lots of comments on my DM saying, "Oh, you're in diaspora. Talk about your UK news." At the end of the day, I live here. The system here is working, unlike Nigeria. And Nigeria is a place I would want to be able to come back to freely without thinking that, what will happen to me? Or if something happens to me, this, that. Look at the case of this lady now, Maureen Badejo now. Maureen Badejo was arrested because apparently she's been, doing a lot of investigations, uncovering a lot of things about some Nigerian pastors, and it's just goes to show, it's just a shame that they will tell us leave it to God. You pray, ask God for this. If somebody slap you, turn your cheeks to them 7 times, 70 times before you react. But these pastors are not doing that. So somebody traveled to Nigeria, and then again they arrested her. What happens to actually summoning them to court? I'm not saying that if you think that somebody has defamed you, that you should not do anything about it. You can do something about it by going through the proper channel. Go through the proper channel. File a court case. Invite them. Let them bring this. Yes, anybody who alleged must prove Abi. Let them go to court and tender their evidences. So you arrest somebody without them being prepared, and then whatever evidences or proof that this person has in order to fight whatever case they've been speaking about to you, you're going to destroy it anyway before they get to court. It's just so sad that Nigerian government are trying to suppress Nigerians from talking when they are not doing what is right by their people. So we will not get tired of speaking about Nigeria, and I hope that with all of these things that has been happening so far, this generation that we have now will make the right decision in 2027. Yes, they are stylishly using Sheyi Tinubu to gather all of the young Nigerian youths. I won't say they are youths because these men, so-called, Yole Dochi is over 40. What's his name? Cubana Chief Priest, I don't know his age. Obi Cubana is definitely over 40. All of these people, they are not young men anymore. They are not young men. So they are now using them as obviously trying to coerce them into government. Say, Tinubu is working. What is Tinubu doing? Let me not say too much because I want to be able to enter Nigeria tomorrow so they don't arrest me. I want to be able to enter Nigeria tomorrow so that they won't arrest me. Because at the end of the day, I am Nigeria. Whatever that is happening in Nigeria is reaching those of us that are in diaspora as well. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts and opinion are as always. You know what? And this their song on your Mondays. That song, anytime I hear that song irritates me. That song irritates me. And as that mandate that all of them are standing on, I have to my song continue to all of them should continue to sing on their mandate they stand. Nigeria is falling, people are dying, no health care, no good basic amenities. Schools, even public school is not public schools anymore. They are non-existent, they are not functioning. It's just crazy. Even basic things that the government should provide for our citizens, it's not even there. It's crazy, man, but we won't get tired. We're going to keep talking about it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thanks so much for being here. Again, obviously, they said they're going back again tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings, and let's see what they're going to say again this time around when they go back and do their private, whatever emergency meeting that Mama P said they were planning there. Let's see what they're going to come out with again. So that Akpabio come and say they are abusing, Remi Tinubu come and say they are abusing. So all of the talks that the media is doing is getting to them. You never seen nada. You just starts because at the end of the day, this government is just enriching their pockets. They've turned it into a family business rather than looking after Nigerians. But that's just my take on that. It's crazy how Nigeria is just now. But regardless of how you go about, signing up for Nigeria, signing up for the right people to rule us in 2027. Make sure you're safe out there. Make sure you are safe. If you find a gadget that is not safe, please do not stay there. Take care of yourself, and I shall see you guys later. Do not hesitate to like, share, comment, subscribe. join my membership, and I shall catch up again with you guys later. All right. Have an amazing, I can't even speak English today. Have an amazing week ahead, and I'll see you guys at some point. I'm back to work tomorrow. My day off is Friday, so I don't know when I'll be back online, but I'll try my best. All right. Have a lovely evening, guys. Bye. And share this video, guys, before you go. Share it before you go.
That mama fine, she's got the vibe, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. You're watching That Mama 5, where real stories meet real life.